Hi, I'm Herald-Tribune arts editor and theater critic Jay Handelman here with Dahlia Gabor, and we're here for another edition of Spotlight on the Arts. There's surprisingly still a lot going on here, so Dahlia, why don't you get us started with one of the bigger events of the summer?
The first thing, and I think is super awesome, is the Sarasota Music Festival is returning this year. 60 students just arrived on Monday. It's a 3-week long festival where some of the best up-and-coming classical music students get to train with faculty who are out in the field doing exactly what they want to do. So we have some new faculty members this year, including Stephen Taylor on the oboe and Robert McDonald on the piano, as well as Ari Vardy on the piano. And this weekend's concerts feature tributes to the late Joseph Silverstein, who was a very beloved violinist and faculty member at the festival.
Almost the whole run of the festival.
Yeah, I mean, he trained so many students, a lot of whom are now faculty themselves.
Right.
So that concert is one of the first of the festival. And then the other ones this weekend are also called A Potpourri of Passions. And the Saturday Symphony is Tour de Force. So it seems like really fun.
Concerts for 3 days each week, and then the students are in rehearsing and taking classes, I guess, with the faculty members during the week.
Students study with the faculty members, and they even get to perform with them in some of these concerts.
And the students also do their own concerts and pick their own music. So so some of these concerts, nobody knows yet what's going to be performed because the students are just getting to know each other and figuring out what they can do, I guess. So, well, that should be a lot of fun. It's got a rich history here in Sarasota this summer. And there's a rich history in the music that's going to be featured at Florida Studio Theater's Cabaret. It's a show called Come Fly With Me. It's a show out of New York, created by one of the performers, Perry Lambert, and it's a tribute to Sammy Cahn, who is one of the great lyricists. He won 4 Academy Awards. He wrote High Hopes and Love and Marriage and 3 Coins in the Fountain. And he worked mostly with Julie Stein and Jimmy Van Heusen, and Perry Lambert is here with a cast of 3 other singers, and they're going to be singing a lot of those songs through July 17th in the Court Cabaret at Florida Studio Theater. I love Sammy Cahn. People know his words, but don't necessarily know who wrote them. So this is a good chance to discover a great musician, lyricist, and put the name with the work that you've been singing all these years. So what's next?
So next up, the Alvstad and Contemporary, did I say that right?
Alvstad and
Contemporary Gallery is ending its 3rd season with a new exhibition called Slash and Editions, which is a bunch of local and regional artists are coming together and collaborating, working on traditional and digital print techniques. So that sounds really interesting. It's something different than what you usually see in these galleries. So that should be really cool. And it runs until July 15th.
Right. Hey, Alvstad has always been doing different kinds of work, so it's always worth checking out what they're doing.
Yeah.
At the Players Theatre, they're opening their Summer Sizzler season with a play called Kosi, which comes out of Australia. It was premiered in the 1990s, and I think it's become one of the most popular plays in Australia. And it's about a young man who just out of school who gets hired to direct a production of Mozart's Così fan tutte, the opera. But the twist is that he's working with patients in a mental institution.
Oh.
And they all seem like they have various issues that they're dealing with, including a pyromaniac, I think, and bipolar disorder and all sorts of things. And I'm a little concerned that the play is over 20 years old, so some of the terminology that we now accept in dealing with mental illness may not be up to date, but who knows? We'll find out. But it's a dramatic comedy, and it's based on the playwright's own experiences, apparently, semi-autobiographical. And that's running June 15th to the 26th. And it's the first show of a 3-show season that's going to be followed by a comedy called Cyrano de Burger Shack. I'm assuming by the title that that's a comedy, and a classic comedy drama called Bell, Book, and Candle. And then there'll be a world premiere of last year's new Play Festival winner. And you've got one more big thing.
I have one more big thing. This is amazing. The Summer Circus Spectacular is put on every year by the Circus Arts Conservatory in conjunction with Ringling, and this year they're celebrating their 10th anniversary.
Hard to believe.
So yeah, it's been that long already, and it's
You've
so
only been
successful.
here a month, so you don't even realize.
I know, it's cool. I heard this when I was an intern here. People talk about it all the time. Thousands of people go to see this. So it's running June 15th to July 30th, and we have some really great performers this year, including the flyer Dahlia Jacobs, who is a fan favorite, and a comedian and a clown and some dancers, and we got all kind of people. And the actually the first week, the preview week of the performances, the tickets are only $10 to celebrate their 10th anniversary.
And you get a discounted admission to the Ringling Museum, and go take your kids to the circus galleries and see the model of the big top circus that's in there. So all those things are you can read about in ticket section on Thursday, in the Sunday arts section, and on ticketsarasota.com. We'll be having reviews and all sorts of features, so keep up with us, and we will be back next week with more. Thanks.